I want to just touch, I'm sure you guys have been beaten up on innovation about disruption. I'm going to give you sort of my take on it, my own personal take, which is, it resonates with my customers. When I talk to my customers, especially in our UC ecosystem, you're probably familiar with the UC ecosystem. It's heavily premise-based today, right? That we have, I think you saw on the main stage, our customer portfolio. We have like the biggest of the big, the most complex of the complex, right? So it's an evolution for them. Unfortunately, they can't go over the light switch and turn on cloud. It doesn't work that way for those folks, right? They have to evolve. They have to, there has to be a journey for them. So I want to talk about what the innovation disruption means in somewhat my own personal and what they sort of look at it as. Everybody knows what hammers? Yes? Everybody knows what hammers? Yes? Do you know what vice grips are? Pliers. You know what pliers are? Yes? Okay. So I'm going to rebuild the car. And I've got a hammer and a set of vice grips. I could probably do a reasonable job. It may not look too good at the end of it, if you follow what I'm saying, but I could probably get it back on the road. We all agree? You could probably do that, right? Then we go into something like, let's talk about, you guys are, I'm not sure if you're all racing fans, but NASCAR, Formula One, Indy, all these racing ecosystems. If you look into their pits, or into the pits, or into their garages, there is literally a wall of tools. And they can pretty much create a car from scratch, which I'm sure you've all seen in video clips and so forth. They have a crash, and they literally rebuild the car from nothing. But they have every tool in that toolbox, right, to be successful. And really what innovation from a customer perspective is, I don't necessarily know the customer's business. I mean, I'm not intimate with their workflows and how they do business and how they create their differentiators. But what I want to be able to do, I want to be able not to give them the hammer and vice grips. I want to give them the race car toolbox, all right? And that's how that's how we open up. We open up the APIs. We're opening these up and we're educating them on it. So that, hey guys, let's talk about your workflows. And of course, our ACES team can help us, right? They get in there, they get intimate with the customer, they understand the workflows, and they can actually use those tools, or the customer can. Because at the end of the day, the customer can actually do this themselves. And a lot of our larger customers have whole teams working on this type of stuff. Does that make sense? So that to me is the innovation of disruption, where they can continue and keep building and create their own uniqueness using our tools. Some of the other options that our customers have out there may or may not have that race car toolbox. They will just have they're sort of stuck in a box and they have the hammer and vice grips, right? And of course, if you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So you just, right? Does that make sense, right? So to me, that's innovation without disruption. It's giving the tools to the customer. It's not about the technical cool widgets and what we're doing from a technical perspective. That is part of it. That's only to me, that's a small component, right? The real value is when they can take that knowledge of their business and use our tools to push forward and be differentiated and maximize their output. I'll give you a quick example. Are you guys all familiar with Aura? Yes, no, maybe Aura, our flagship UC, right? Aura is our flagship UC. You all familiar with it? Yes. And Elite, our voice contact center. So one of the things we did for that is we gave Elite a REST API. It wasn't there before. We had some TSAPI, DMCC, some, I want to call it classic protocols that you can't go and easily find people off the streets. Right? REST, I can go to any university and bring somebody with the REST and they can code and do whatever they need to do. Fair enough, right? So that's the type of tools that we're trying to do. The other thing we're trying to do, and I'll just pick on this specifically because I think it's very important. One of the other things we did is for our agent state, so our contact center agent state, we have thousands. I don't know how many customers or how many third parties and customers do we have integrated into our AES ecosystem? There's thousands of partners that plug into our AES, and our customers plug into AES and do all kinds of mystical things with CM, controlling CM state and so forth, right? The one thing that they haven't had access to is our real-time state of the agents. That's sort of our crown jewels. That's always been our magic sauce, right? And based on our customer feedback, again, talking, listening to our customers, listening to our partners, right? The state has always been in somewhat of a watching mode, right? So they have access to it from a third party, but it's a 5, 7, 10 second delay, right, in that, right? Can anybody tell me what a 5 or 10 second delay in a contact center is, what 1,000 agents, 2,000 or 10,000 agents means? Means money. No, millions, okay? And it can be millions in two different ways. It can be millions in the state of, I can be more efficient, or it means millions in the state of, I can actually capitalize on that and grow that 5 to 7% or 10%. We all agree with that? So what we've actually given is the ability for our customers or our third parties to license that unique set of tools so that they can capture that time back and be more efficient or maximize their efficiency in their business, right? Again, very compelling, not something we've typically done. It's only for approved, you know what I mean? It's for approved customers and approved vendors, right? That are strategic and aligned with our roadmap. But very compelling, driven by our customers. So again, example of innovation within disruption.